the doctor started doing more and more further tests. That is where I realized mtoto akona bend kwa spine. From there, the radiologist told me this baby have a heart condition. I'm suspecting she have a condition called Malfans syndrome. And at 2-year-old, my baby started swallowing tablets. I crashed.
Life 360. Hi, once again, welcome to Life 360. My name is Robbie Omondi. Now, it's every mother's dream to have a healthy baby, let alone a child. And every often, beyond human understanding or beyond human control, we find sometimes we get children who are not in perfect condition as expected either by society or even by ourselves. Such is the case of Winnie Njeri, who has graciously welcomed us to her home, and she's willing to take us through her journey with her daughter who has two conditions. One condition of the heart and another of the spine. Allow me to welcome Winnie, who will take us through her journey. Winnie, karibu sana.
Thank you very much, Chacha. My name's Winnie Njeri, mother to two daughters, Nacolina Njeri and Nicoletta Muthoni. And Nicoletta is the firstborn, Nacolina is the secondborn. Nikiwa pregnant, Nacolina alikataa kucheza. So I could not feel the fetal movement, and that is how I went to the hospital, and ikakuwa emergency. And wakati alizaliwa niliona shida from day one, sababu ningeona kama akona fast heartbeats, ningeona kama roho ilikuwa inapigia nje. You see, ni katoto kadogo because akona 2.4, the body was small, and also ningeona the heartbeats were not right. But wakampeleka kwa pediatrician, and the pediatrician said it's manageable. Little did I know, after going home, itakuwa shida. Na tukaanza safari mrefu ambayo tumekuwa for the last 10 years. Sababu alianza na shida ya kifua. And he went a 4 days old baby. Akakuwa kona shida ya breathing. Na tulipoenda tukaambiwa ni pneumonia. She was treated and went back. But before we were through with the medicine, akagonjeka tena.
So, when you were told it's pneumonia, was it treated like apona, ama it kept recurring, or what was happening throughout this time?
No, we didn't even finish kunywa dawa. Sababu, after around 6 days, akapata attack ingine. Tukarudi tena tukaambiwa ni pneumonia. So nikashangaa hii pneumonia kwani haiishi. But also her feeding was very poor, and you could see even yeye kunyonya inakuwa shida. So we prayed, we went to the pediatrician, na the pediatrician akatuambia maybe with time as the baby grows atakuwa salama. And it became our day-to-day life. Chacha, we went to hospital after every 5 days, after every 7 days. So our house started becoming a chemist. And ile tu the pediatrician could tell us is hii ni maumbile, which was not profound. Huwezi ambia mzazi ni maumbile na ako na mtoto haponi. Kila wakati ni pneumonia. Kwani pneumonia haishi? But I could also see her growth is not okay. And tukapambana tu, you know, we believe what doctors tells us. And the moment mtoto wako amegonjeka, the only place you can run is to a hospital. And you will believe whatever the doctor could tell you.
At what point now was the real condition now diagnosed to Kambiwa? Now, this is what your child is suffering from.
It took time. I remember at around ile time ya feeding ya mtoto ameanza 6 months, mtoto wangu alishindwa kukula. So she could feed, ile umeambiwa na daktari umpe anatapika. And ikafika mahali mtoto wangu haketi. Mtoto wangu ikafika wakati wa kwenda kuanza kutembea, hatembei. That was very hard for me. Na ikabidi niache kazi, nikae na yeye nyumbani, akapewa special diet, which also became an issue. So at around age 2, akapata one of the worst attack. And I remember I rushed to the hospital and nikaambia daktari, sasa ni lazima utuambie nini inakuwa inasumbua mtoto. And that time, the doctor started doing more and more further tests. That is where I realized mtoto ako na bend kwa spine ya 28 degrees. And from there, the radiologist told me this baby have a heart condition. It was very hard. One, umejua mtoto wako ako na bend kwa spine, mtoto wako ako na heart condition. Where do you start as a mother? The only thing I did, I cried. Mtoto wangu alianza kunipanguza machozi. Sababu anashangaa, what have happened to me? And mommy is crying. I was referred to Kijabi. And that is where our right diagnostic started. After going to Kijabi, they managed the spine and they sent us to a cardiologist, which the cardiologist confirmed, yes, she have a heart condition which have affected her aorta and the valves. And at 2-year-old, my baby started swallowing tablets. I crashed. And it was not easy. And by that time, I was sent to a cardiologist in Nairobi, and she told me, your baby have a condition. I'm suspecting she have a condition called Marfan's syndrome. She took me through a very hard reality counseling because I had to. So that niache kucomplain, mtoto wangu kuwa sickling all the time. And to know why this baby all the time, after every 2 weeks, after 3 weeks, and why this baby is not walking at year 2. And it was very, very painful. And we started now the heart treatment, which the doctor told me at this age, we cannot operate this child unless we put her under medication until she's about 20, 21 years. Yeah, because the surgery that she might need, it's not irreversible. So if it's done at this age and it fails, you know what it means.
Now, during the journey for treatment, which treatment start? Did they start with treating the heart condition or the spine, or both had to be treated at the same time?
They have to be done at the same time. The reason, already we have known the spine have an issue. Here, the doctor have suspected this condition and it have its own issues. The condition itself, it affects the heart, the spine, the body structure, the blood vessels, the stomach, the eyes. Iliniingiza kwa consultation rooms 8 after that, because I had to go to different doctors. Specific, you go to the neuro, who will deal with the spine. You have to go to the orthopedic, who will deal with the bone. You have to go to the optician, who also, when we went for that clinic, we found that my baby lenses are detaching. I could see as a mother, mtoto wangu anapenda kukaa kwa TV pale mbele. I didn't know it's an issue. Kumbe mtoto wangu haoni kitu iko mbali. She have to be near because her lenses are at the corner. Haziko mahali center place. They detach and go to one side. And it was hard. Tukaambiwa twende kwa nutritionist. I remember once I went to a nutritionist and she told me, we have to admit you, this baby is malnourished. Cause haongezi kilo, hakuli vizuri. The baby is having a heart condition which need to be managed. The spine needs a lot of energy, so we need to put this baby up under a diet. I just told the nutritionist, call the cardiologist and she will guide you way out, because I think that is where I found the best comfort from, because the cardiologist took me through a counseling to understand my baby's condition. It was not easy.
And during this journey, what were some of the obvious symptoms zenye ulikuwa unaona kwa mtoto, like clear signs of this condition?
Low feeding, the heart murmuring, congestion, chest congestions. You could see the baby is not growing, stagnation ya ile tu amestagnate, hagrow. Na tena the baby used to cry. I didn't know ni uchungu anapata ndani ya mwili yenye inafanya alie. And also the baby was not prayerful. Si wale watoto unapata mtoto wako very prayerful. I didn't know kumbe yeye anachoka tu, hata kuketi kwake ni shida. Kukula kwake ni shida because anachoka because of the heart. And the heart is weak. Yes, we started the medication at 2 years. But it did not correct the issue. It is managing it for us to be able to manage the others. And since that, at that time, the treatment for the heart, the surgery for the heart could not go through. It is managing with the drugs, which we manage up to now.
There's something you've mentioned about her growth rate. Maybe take us through, how does it happen? How long does it take for her to grow, and at what rate does that happen?
Because of her condition, growth yake inakuwa shida. Inakuwa anarefuka zaidi kuliko a normal child. Na ndio inakuwa shida, even me as a mother, and even for the doctor to tell, ata grow at this rate, at this year. The hardest part ndio tumeingia the rapid growth age gap from 10 years to 14 years. So yeye anarefuka zaidi kuliko, because even if I compare her with her sister, unaona growth rate yake is too fast. Na ikirefuka zaidi inakuwa strenuous to her spine. And that is why she's bending so fast.
And you've mentioned that now that surgery cannot be done up to a certain age. Maybe take us through some of the conditions that now are coming up as the journey continued.
My daughter amekuwa na issue ya feeding. Feeding imekuwa one of our main challenge. Unapea mtoto chakula na uoni ikifanya kazi kwa mwili. The rest, the baby, because of the spine, remember we went to Kijabi at 2 years. We stayed at Kijabi for 4 years. Now the more we are going, the more the bend is extending. The bend extended to an extent, ungeona mtoto amejikunja kabisa, anaenda na sideway. Na all this time, saa zingine unapata mtoto anaamka asubuhi haoni, anakwambia haoni. So it is hitting you on and off. The reality of the Malfunction syndrome, whatever doctor said, inakuhit. So this might happen anytime. But much of it is the pain at the back, the stomach pains, zenye hatukuwa tunajua, zenye tumekuja kujua later after the time tuli have kwenda through the spine surgery. My baby have a hernia at the esophagus. Kwa hivyo hiyo ndio imekuwa tatizo kubwa. Despite the heart, babies with heart condition don't grow because of the strain. There is another hernia at the esophagus, which is hard to correct it. And it's all this problem, the stomach, the spine, the eyes, the feeding, being out of school. Mtoto wangu hajawahi soma shule term. Right now she's in grade 3, lakini hajawahi soma term ikaisha. Inania a term haijaisha. One, akienda mahali kuna watu wengi, oxygen level inaanguka. Akienda akule anatapika, mnakimbia hospitali. Na hajatapika juu amegonjeka. Hapana. Ametapika sababu ile chakula alikula imeenda imekataa kuteremka. It is not digesting. All imeenda ikaingia kwa hernia, haijaenda kwa tumbo. What will happen? She will just throw away.
Now, I'm aware from maybe what you shared that maybe she needs another surgery that is supposed to be done. Maybe tell us about that.
When we went to India on 2020, she was put on adjustable rods. Zile ni lazima after akigrow kidogo, that was a range of 9 months to 1 year. That is when inafaa inavutwa. So ile chuma aliwekwa inafaa inavutwa after 9 months to 1 year. So we have to go for a surgery, which at this point, that is why we are looking for those funds, because we are supposed to have gone for it on February, but sijaweza kumpeleka. And it's not the final one. That is the hardest part.
How much is needed for this particular surgery that is it's supposed to be done?
The surgery is costing us 2 million. So that is what we are looking for, so that she can be able to travel to India for treatment. And I mentioned earlier my firstborn daughter is epileptic. She's under management, under drugs for a long time, for the last 6 years. So it is becoming hard to be able to take care of her case and this case. Shida ya kuweza kumtafuta hiyo pesa na kupata hiyo pesa imekuwa ngumu. That is why I'm asking the well-wishers and any person who can be able to help my daughter, or else Chacha, adopt this medical journey for my daughter. Because after every 9 months, hauwezi kuwa unapata 2 million. After every 9 months, and after this surgery, I'll be in need of another 3 remaining surgeries. If I can get someone who can adopt this medical journey, itasaidia huyu mtoto.
And does NHIF help? Imekuwa ikikusaidia kulipa for this treatment, or how has it been? How have you been doing the payment?
Yeah, I use my NHIF, and it gave us a range of 350, depending with, I don't know how they do it, but we get a certain percentage from NHIF, which I took my papers. I'm waiting for them to approve. Yes.
Now, maybe for the family and people around, it's easy for people to, to talk, and most of the time, or rather sometimes, people get very insensitive about these issues. How has the community been, friends, family, how have they been to you?
Nakwambia tumefanya harambee mbili. Nimeomba, I no longer have friends. I'll say I no longer have close people, even close relatives. Just few who will agree to walk with you this journey. Tunaambiwa hii ugonjwa labda ni sisi tumejitafutia. Wengine wakwambia ni laana. Wengine wanakwambia enda utafuta usaidizi kwa waganga. But I believe in God. I'm a Christian and I'm a prayerful parent. I believe one day this baby will be okay. And she's a gift. So it is hard not only to find yourself alone. Most of the times utajipata ni wewe tu na watoto wako. Umeomba marafiki. The moment you make a call to a friend, anaona tu unamuomba pesa. So I no longer borrow people. I no longer have friends. I just sit. Unaweka tu kwa online, and the people who you will get, whoever feels that they are touched, they will come and assist you. But it's not easy. Ule mtoto wanauliza, huyo mtoto wako ataipona lini? Hajaipona, umeenda India mara 3. Hajaipona, na kwa nini basi mnarudi India? And when you try to explain about the condition, wanakwambia hizo ni magonjwa za watu wa majuu. Sasa utashangaa, watu wa majuu wa gani imepata wa Kenya? I've seen other parents with conditions which are rare. Seriously, it's so unfair to ask a parent, ama umwambie, umuulize mtoto wako atapona siku gani? Juu hata yeye anagojea hiyo siku. Ile siku atapeleka mtoto apone. Yes, it's a congenital case. It's a genes case. What do you do to genes conditions? You accept and live with them. Yeah. People are so insensitive. But the moment it strikes to your doorstep, that is when you know the pain you have caused. And that is when you know, not only to the parent, to the child. Yeah. Sio kutaka kwangu. It's every wish of a mother kwenda kupata a healthy baby. But when unfortunate happen, you cannot throw away that child. You have to take care of that child and let her grow. And most of all, help her grow as a normal child. Yes, and interact with normal children.
Thank you very much, Winnie Njeri, for sharing your story. And to you, my audience, if you're gracious enough and feel like you need to extend a helping hand, feel free to do so. I'll write their contact and pay bill numbers here. Kindly reach out to them, help us make sure that at least this child gets the surgery and medical help to ensure that she lives a healthy life, or at least a normal life like any other child. Until next time, thank you very much for tuning in. My name is Robbie Omondi. Bye-bye.